Hi guys, good morning. Today we will talk about a particular verse in Ashtavakra Gita where Ashtavakra tells us about the rarest of the rare noble minded person has neither an attachment or aversion to pity, charity, desires, worldly possessions, and even liberation. He or she is completely abiding in his or her self and therefore is full of bliss, happiness, eternal life, and liberation, self realization. Before we go further, let me remind you again this is only a goal. We are far, 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 far removed from this goal as ordinary living entities. It is only a candlelight that we must focus on so that we reach the ultimate goal. We have not yet reached it. Now, this is a person who has neither attachment nor aversion to pity, charity, worldly possessions, desires, and liberation, or even liberation. That means that this person is already liberated, delivered, self realized, and he or she knows his or her ultimate identity as Brahman and is already poised to go back to Godhead. This is a goal which is far beyond us, but we have every right to strive and struggle incessantly to reach this particular goal. Now, desires. Desire is something that every living entity in this material world has. It is one of the five evils that plague a living entity. Actually, lust, greed, and desire are the root cause for all misery in this world. Desire may be material as well as spiritual. When this desire becomes an uncontrollable want, the person or the living entity who is suffering from that desire or want will do anything to achieve whatever worldly possessions or spiritual liberation, etc., that he or she wants to achieve or possess. Piety or charity is only a cause or a tool to achieve that particular desire. A living entity does charity only with a personal interest. All business houses are supposed to have something called social obligation. They do charity, run NGOs, build charitable institutions, educational institutions, hospitals, temples, etc., while the middle class or otherwise rich people donate to temples, charitable institutions, etc. This is done aimed at this is aimed at achieving something more material or more spiritual than one living entity already has. The noble minded person has neither attachment nor aversion towards these desires, etc., neither material nor spiritual. He or she has achieved it all. Nothing more is there to achieve. They have forgotten everything. They are not in this material universe at all. Please remember, in Kundalini, there are various types of yogas for various chakras. They are Hatha Yoga, Tantra Yoga, Mantra Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, etc., which are aimed at either material or spiritual life and to achieve these material or spiritual desires. It, it is a fact that spiritual desires are superior to material desires, but they are desires as such. They are desires as well. A person is always striving for his or her improvement, either materialistically or spiritually. A very rare noble minded person is beyond attachment or aversion for all this. He or she is just here to play the sport of life. Even if he or she undertakes some action for material or spiritual activity or endeavor, it is only as an indifferent person. They have neither attachment nor aversion, no love, no hatred for anything, anybody, or any class or caste or creed. They are totally detached. They are abiding in the self. For such a person, there is nothing more to do. He or she has already done it all. That is our ultimate goal. We must aim at it, and while we are aiming at it, we should enjoy every drop of both material and spiritual life and every inch of the path that leads us to self realization and liberation. Let us get to that, attain our Brahman, and we attain that level where we are neither attached nor detached to these material possessions, spiritualism, etc. Detachment means hatred. No love, no hatred. Otherwise, we are detached. Detached means we are not at all interested in the results of our activities. We have already reached self realization. That is the ultimate goal. Kindly remember this, all the best, and think about achieving this goal through Nirvikalpa Samadhi, where we think about God all the time and ultimately go back to Godhead. Till we meet in my next video, it is good morning from TSV Raghavan.